Hello everyone, welcome to Joe Consumes Cinema. I'm your host, Joe, and today I plan to do a Season 1 review of Alien Earth. I just finished the finale and wanted to do something to celebrate the successful first season, but kind of for my dismay, I've learned that there's a very vocal cohort of the fan base that has a very negative opinion of the first season, and instead of doing a Season 1 review, which is the video I plan to do, instead I feel obligated to make this video addressing some of their concerns. When I react to a show or movie, I go out of my way to avoid anything that's going to potentially poison the well. I want my reaction to it to remain as undiluted as possible. So, with Alien Earth, I finished the series, and then I found out after the fact, because, I do like to explore those different ideas, different perspectives after I'm done watching something. I learned that the fan base had, initially a very positive reaction to the show, at some point during season one switched over to a very negative reaction to the show. Now, their criticisms are sort of all over the place, but there are some common themes that permeate throughout, and I just wanted to address three of those with this video here. Number one, I can tell it's a guy in a suit. Now, this is a criticism that I see Alien Theory making a lot recently, and I think it makes absolutely no sense. So basically, what they're saying is there's something about the performance in Alien Earth by the person in the xenomorph suit that just takes them out of the show, a lack of immersion. And the only question I would have for these people is at what point in any of the other Alien films did you not think it was a guy in a suit? Is this your boy? Hey, somebody come get your mans. He seems to think he's a crab during mating season. Hey guys, I can't enjoy the original Alien masterpiece anymore because now I can tell it's a guy in a suit. See, no one says that because it's ridiculous. Or maybe they prefer when the xenomorph is a puppet. Maybe that's what they're going for with that criticism. Gee, I sure am happy it's not a guy in a suit. That would just ruin the movie for me. Or maybe they prefer some, film level student CGI. Maybe that's their cup of tea.
I got eyes on it. Right fucking in front of me.
I don't know about everybody else, but I would gladly take this over any of that any day of the week. Number two, the xenomorph has been reduced to Wendy's pet. Now, this one I can sort of understand, why people are criticizing this a little bit more, but, basic scrutiny and, a little bit of knowledge of the alien universe, and this too falls apart. So your average drone has an IQ of about 75. That's on par with the intelligence level of a golden retriever. The xenomorph queen, on the other hand, has an intelligence level of 140. That is genius level. Everything above 130 is considered, genius level. So as far as their relationship goes, the xenomorph drone has always been considered a pet to its queen. I think what bothers me most about this criticism is it's failing to pick up on something very important that they're just kind of glossing over here, and that is that the xenomorph thinks Wendy is its queen. Now, that opens up a whole world of possibilities for the future. In the second season, you might want to keep an eye on the young xenomorph in particular. I think there's a real chance that this thing could get separated or captured by Yutani, and potentially even molt into a queen. Then the question becomes, will Wendy lose control of her pet? Just something to look forward to in season 2. Number 3, I'm not interested in Wendy's humanity. Now this to me is the most unforgiving criticism that I hear people levying against Alien Earth. Throughout all the movies, the central theme has always been synthetic life trying to find its place among human life. It's just a reoccurring thing that happens over and over and over again. Sometimes it's antagonistic, like with Ash. Sometimes it's protagonistic, like with Bishop.
Sorry if I scared you. That platform was just becoming too unstable. I had to circle and hope that things didn't get too rough to take you off.
Bishop, you did okay.
I did.
Oh, yeah.
But with Wendy/Marcy, the story has become much more complex than that.
We're food to them.
No, you're food to them. I'm... I don't know what I am. I'm not a child. I'm not a grown-up. I'm not Marcy. I'm not Wendy. And I can't be what everyone wants me to be.
It's a much needed evolution of these, overly simplified archetypes of, aggressive antagonist, super friendly protagonist. It's much more complex than that now. The cool thing about the show is it allows us to finally explore some of these more ideas in a bit more nuanced way. Look, I too have criticisms of the first season. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but the good far outweighs the bad. Alien Earth was visually stunning, has great characters to root for, some that you're eagerly anticipating their demise, but probably the most important thing to remember is that this is only season 1. Usually it takes a show a little bit to finally get into the swing of things and, hit their groove. And if nothing else, it's justified a second season. That's at a minimum, in my opinion. And for the life of me, I do not understand why so many fans of the Alien universe seem dead set on bringing us back to a time and place when nothing good was on the horizon for us. It seemed like we were cursed to just watch the old movies over and over again if we wanted to enjoy this place. Alien Earth is a glorious reminder that this franchise is not dead. There's still a ton of ideas, characters, and storylines left to explore and enjoy. Having a successful TV show can do a lot in bringing that potentiality into reality. And at that point, the problem for the fans becomes, what do we do now?
Now we rule.